Welcome, viewers. This is Windshear. Very glad I could join you this time. Apologize for the long drought of videos. I've just been there's a lot of things that have been going on, but I want to explain my recent Windshear AFK, just disappearing off the grid here lately. And I've really been wanting to put videos out, but just been too busy. Basically, this is the reason why. You're watching it right now, Destiny. I know, spam the dislike button out there to my Battlefield fans. You know, guys, I'm Battlefield. In this video, I kind of want to discuss where I'm at with Battlefield, where my channel's going, and again, just right now, I am just getting onslaughted with work. It's been one of the most difficult periods at work in terms of just working nonstop. This month is no exception. As a pilot, I'm on the road a lot. What I think I'm going to start doing is try to take my PlayStation with me, even though I really don't want to. But I've just not got much of a choice the way my the work stretches I've been doing have been going, because I'll only be home like 6 days this month, so not going to give me a lot of time for gaming, obviously. But Destiny is kind of the other culprit and the other side of the equation. My last video I put out was a review of Destiny, and I haven't put anything out since then. And the reason that is the case is because I've been trying to understand this game and learn it more, and frankly, I've just been enjoying it too much to really focus on videos right now. That's how much I'm really enjoying this game, and I know that's there's a lot of polarization out there about this game, particularly in the PC community, I've observed, and I'm not trying to be a hater or start console wars here, but let's just face it, the majority of the criticism out there, I think, is coming from the PC community about this game. Now, I believe this game is coming in PC, so that may be short-lived criticism, but it is certainly a factor right now. But it's not just PC guys that are really not liking this game. There are actually some people too. It's just not their cup of tea. There's no question. This game is for a certain type of player out there. Personally, it fits a lot of the dynamics and gameplay I really enjoy. I really like as you're seeing, the Vault of Glass gameplay. This is the first time I was playing this raid today, and I'm playing here with a group of guys, and there's more. It's more of a game experience, unlike I've experienced before, in that you've got 6 players. You're going into this deep, challenging event. You're exploring visuals that you haven't seen really in the game yet in Destiny. It's just something. It's a different tier. I didn't really expect to see this much depth to this challenge, this raid. You really gotta know what you're doing. I was really leaning on these guys heavily. Shout out there to Bofa. Thanks again for inviting me to go through this raid with you guys. But again, team play cohesion is a must. You have to have 6 players willing to devote an hour or two to this raid. It took us nearly 2 hours, and even with high-level players, it was still a challenge. And it was just drinking from a fire hose for me, just seeing this for the first time. I haven't watched any videos on this on YouTube or anything, so trying to understand this gameplay, trying to understand how you go about the various segments of the gameplay, how to focus on the targets, how to defeat the big enemies. It's not just bullet sponges. There's more to it, and I'm just showing you some highlights of that. Yeah, the bullet sponge. That's just a term I've heard on and on again about Destiny, and it's really been kind of. And in my off time when I'm not gaming, I do make appearances on various videos and such out there, and I've been known to make a few trolling comments here and there. I'll be first to admit, but I always try to keep it appropriate. And bottom line, on any comments I make, whether it's defending Destiny or other games, I always take a lot of flack from various people that may recognize my name out there, and I even get a lot of hate mail sometimes for things that I say. Because it's very easy to polarize the community more based on commentary out there. The most recent example I would actually give was with the game Drive Club. There's the PlayStation community is very fanboyish, and one of the videos Sony put out was talking about Drive Club and how it's pushing the hardware of the PlayStation 4. But my biggest criticism is, well, if you're pushing the hardware, why is it 30 frames a second? So in the commentary section of this video, I said, quote unquote, we wanted to push the hardware capability of PlayStation 4 under 30 frames per second. And then I just got lit up by PlayStation fanboys saying, Windshear, I am unsubscribing from you. You are just a troll. And anyway, it's just cracking me up that people are people are very passionate about games is kind of where I'm getting at here in this whole synopsis. Destiny's one of them too. I mean, it's not without its criticisms, just like any game. And oh, by the way, Drive Club, I actually did buy that game today, so expect to see some gameplay from me on that. Just quick synopsis, it's okay. I don't think it's anything phenomenal. The graphics are pretty good, but it's very arcadish in the way it feels. But Destiny, why do I keep playing this game? I'm really enjoying the PvP element of it. Even though it's only 30 frames a second, it's really hard for me to go from Destiny to Battlefield, because again, Battlefield's at 60 frames a second on the PlayStation 4, and then to go back to 30 frames a second just feels like a slideshow in some respects. But it also works. I've noticed myself playing the game, and I mean, you get acclimated to it, and it's not like you constantly just harp on it the whole time in the gameplay. And then again, going at Battlefield, it almost feels like it's too fast sometimes. So I can't say it's terrible, but it's certainly a legitimate criticism that this being a next-gen experience, we're still running into reduced frame rate launch games. 30 frames per second, last gen specs essentially, a year after next gen is launched. So in that respect, it's been interesting to me that for some reason these developers still find it difficult to optimize their gameplay. Now look at these visuals again. I mean, we're just going through the depths of this map. I mean, I just like to see these crystals on the walls. I mean, the detail here, it's just beautiful. I feel like I'm like actually going through an experience on another world with my friends, and we are on an adventure, we're on a hunt. It's just like Destiny has produced something for me that I haven't seen in other games, even though I've played heavy, obviously Battlefield's a heavily team-oriented game, but what I've observed a month after launch now with Destiny is that people are still playing Destiny. And a lot of the criticism, people said that it would be short-lived and it would fizzle out, kind of like Titanfall has. I think that's unfounded. There's DLCs en route to be launched here soon. There's been some kind of leaked information about that with the glitch here recently, about a patch that kind of gave a prelude to that. But the point of the matter is this game, even despite its negative reviews out there, let's just face it, what IGN I think gave it a 6 out of 10, GameSpot somewhere along those lines too. These game review companies, I think, are missing the bigger picture here with these games, is that the playability factor, the fun factor of these games is you can't really put a number on that. And I've observed guys playing this game a lot more than I have, Bofa. And I mean, these people are avid first-person shooter fans, and they still can't put this game down. It's something about the pursuit of the loot, and I said in my review, the loot isn't everything, but granted, it's a big consideration of the gameplay. I mean, we're always working to achieve that next big unlock, or for the weapon, as I show here. Bofa said he just unlocked this yesterday. That was it the Truth and Peace or Peace and Time? I know, I'll show you here in a moment. This exotic sniper rifle. It's always about getting that weapon you've always wanted, and then unlocking it, leveling it up, getting to know it, and then taking that into a PvE, or excuse me, a PvP environment, a multiplayer environment, where you can utilize that weapon against your opponents, and take it both the single player or multiplayer environment. And that's something we haven't really seen before with other games, and it adds a dynamic to this game that it's difficult to encompass that in just a statistical review. That's truly unique. It's truly original, and a lot of people really enjoy the aspect of this game. They're my failed jump there, just barely missed that jump. But again, look at this big vast space here. This is co-op stuff. I've never played a game like this before with real co-op, so it's really taken well to me, and I feel connected to this game, and I just want to play it. I mean, I'm thinking about this game when I'm not playing it. I'm thinking about how I can improve my multiplayer gameplay, which is coming around quite well. I was doing pretty good today. I haven't obviously touched the game in about a week, and I played quite well. I will be uploading some player versus player gameplay here soon. I want to talk about tips. This weapon right now is a Vanquisher 3. It's a Monarch rank weapon. I want to talk about factions in Destiny, about making sure you select a faction. A lot of people don't even understand that, about what, having to wear the faction mark in order to gain Crucible marks, or to gain reputation in order to purchase that equipment, legendary equipment. A lot of people just don't understand that stuff. There's a lot of complexity of the game, they kind of just left it to you to figure it out. And the perfect example is this, the Vault of Glass. I mean, when the first team went through this, it took like 14 hours for them to figure this out. It's not like you just run through and shoot enemies. You actually have to understand, you have to work with the team, you have to communicate, you have to be communicating, or else it's just not going to win. I mean, there is no question. And even guys that have been through this, these players have been playing with here, they've done this several times, and we still struggle to do this. And it's not like you just run through this experience and just get it done and it's a guaranteed win. It's not. It's frustrating. A lot of times if a certain member of the team, like myself, is very weak and inexperienced, and I bring the team down, we all go down. And that's a consideration, and that's one of the experiences. It was one of the benefits of it, too. I mean, that's really neat to have that kind of team cohesion. Whereas in games like Battlefield lately, even despite the new patch, I find myself just not being drawn to it for some reason. It's very strange to me because I've been such an avid Battlefield fan, but I look at my channel, and you know, I'm not trying to be critical of my channel or anything, but I just have to face the facts. Battlefield 4 didn't bring to my channel what Battlefield 3 did. Battlefield 3, I started off basically brand new in YouTube, and I established my channel just with Battlefield 3. I had a tremendous amount of momentum going into Battlefield 4, like a lot of YouTubers out there did. And of course, Battlefield 4 launched, and it was just awful in terms of YouTubing experience, because the community got so angry so quick and moved on. That's just the bottom line argument. The community moved on from Battlefield, and so many channels were left out there in the wind to essentially wither away. I could rattle off many names of channels on YouTube right now that have died. I mean, a lot of them haven't come out and officially said it, but a lot of them were friends of mine. And they didn't even send me a message. They just went AFK permanently. And it's kind of, it never ceased to amaze me how many times I saw that. And it was like a domino effect with YouTube. And even now today, it's just like the same big channels kind of regurgitating the same information. And I don't see what Battlefield has to offer here in the future. I played in-game. I wasn't at all satisfied with it on the CT experience. At least they gave us the opportunity to play in a beta, but I don't think, ironically, I think endgame is really the end game for Battlefield 4. I don't see much long-term solution. I mean, yeah, there's that niche market, and I really enjoy Battlefield. I'm going to keep playing. I'm not saying I'm not going to upload any more Battlefield content, but I'm just trying to say my time is very precious, and there's a lot of games out there like Destiny, and just other games I'm kind of looking forward to. PlanetSide 2 coming on, an optimized console experience. I mean, even Call of Duty. I mean, that might be the Call of Duty that brings me back from what little I've seen. I'm kind of interested about it, to be honest with you. And I know that's a far cry from Battlefield, but again, Hardline is the next Battlefield franchise. I'll be keeping my eye on it, but I don't have much high hopes for it based on what I've seen. So what I'm trying to say here is I'm going to be branching out my channel a little bit. I'm going to bring you more Destiny gameplay, and you know, if my viewers don't want to see that, then you simply don't watch it. But what I understand is how people can constantly leave negative comments about Destiny when they haven't even played the game. And it may not be fun to watch, but it's fun experience, and I think there are certain things here that you can show, and there are tips out there. PvP, weapon reviews. I want to review this Vanquisher, and so I'm not saying I'm going to be bringing expressly Destiny content, but there will be more of it in the future, as well as alternating content. I'll be doing some Drive Club videos here as I get to play that game more. But all in all, it's just I play what I want to play. I don't do YouTube for the money. There's no question on that. I'd be a very poor man if I did that. I mean, at most, my channel, I think, brings in on me about $20–25 a month right now. That's about all it does in terms of ad revenue, and that's from the all-time high. I think at most, my channel brought in about $180 a month at its peak, very peak, in the Battlefield 3 heydays. So, I mean, that's just kind of the behind-the-scenes financials, if you guys are interested. I'm probably not supposed to disclose that information, but I'm not being that specific. But don't get into YouTube for money. I just do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy uploading commentary. I enjoy meeting new people. I enjoy hearing your comments and your feedback. So don't think this isn't a message all saying I'm giving up on YouTube. I'm just trying to explain where I've been, why Destiny's drawn me in. I think it's a great game. It's one of my favorites still, and I still have a long ways to go with this game in terms of understanding it. So we'll be uploading more Destiny gameplay. I will get to Battlefield when I'm just ready, just not right now. But I appreciate your guys' patience. Feel free to leave comments as always, and let me know what it is you think about Destiny. Negative or positive, that's fine. I just appreciate your commentary as always. And there's my lackluster award for my lackluster participation in this gameplay. I felt that was warranted, just getting a shader and some ascendant energy. I was pretty much useless on this, but it was a fun experience. I really enjoyed the visuals of this Vault of Glass. Just a fun experience and all, working with the team here, everybody in communication, having fun. Hope you guys liked the video. Again, bear with me as my time is very limited right now with YouTube, but I'm just letting you know right now, I'm not going to be disappearing permanently like so many of these other channels have, but my content is certainly going to have been reduced in terms of its quantity here in the future. But I'm not giving up on you guys. Just give me some time, and I will return to Battlefield again when I feel the time is right for me, and I want to get you some of those patch impressions and just discuss the game here. Where I think it's at, where it's going, a little bit more in depth in the future. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys on the battlefield.